It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here.
It looked good. It's just
week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 30 before being taken down. That big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Tay Davis there on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're an offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And his throw is incomplete. It was Sheldrick Redwine with good coverage that time as he was there to knock it away.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 56-yard attempt. And his kick is gone. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what it's all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
He will give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
Are we running back-to-back plays? Huh. Interesting.
From the gun, Mayfield. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep the defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And now the young man has it. It's a fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the 1st down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
He did.
Yeah, but we still got to the front.
first down. Here's Breida. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On second and 11 now. Jones, he'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
He's going to be a practice leverage, guys.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And he'll go underneath here, Breida. And he will take it
What's up?
Matt Breida.
He said you're going to be there. What time? You had to work?
And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
I know, his mom.
She worked from home.
This may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good.
What are you talking about?
Gabe has work, Aiden quit, Braylon and
Good
Aiden.
now, following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Y'all ain't having no season.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Mayfield. Flushed out right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
Wait.
In the heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan.
But why? He was open.
Just shy of 45.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a toss right side for Breida. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
From the gun, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your...
The ball comes out. Now here's a quick throw to start the drive complete. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well, because so many things coming at you. You got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Matt Breida with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
1st down, Browns.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Throwing, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. 1st down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham. Mayfield looks to throw. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry.
Number 80,
Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
Man, I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They run with Breda. And this will be a Giants 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and handling a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Now Jones on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. B.J. Goodson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Number 24.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. That was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. As the first half is winding down. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
2nd and 6.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Jones now. A final shot before break. His throw incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Browns first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Chubb will have the 1st down and much more. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
taken down back at the 50-yard line.
Mayfield now from the 50. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Parkey lining up for
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Jones throwing again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And then he goes with a juke, the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Now Parkey for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 27 Giants 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Browns 34. Giants 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he finds Penny. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But doesn't matter what you call the position.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Matt Breida, 64 yards. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the 1st half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the 2nd half, that got done.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And Mayfield just getting the play off. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. O'Shane Zimenez able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 54 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
3rd and 12.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Double time, go.
Operating from the gun. Jones escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Following the interception, Mayfield. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run again with Breida. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
13.
Operating from the gun, Jones, flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Throwing, Jones. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
It's about that time.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Mayfield. to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Mayfield. Flush to his right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal.
A 30-yard attempt.
Oh, that one got away from him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Throw left side complete to Ingram. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
10 at the 36-yard line.
This is Breida. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
At the 36-yard line.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to let it. Got his man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Here's Breida. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this game, has got to be priority 1.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Now Jones on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Jones now throwing on 4th down. And Ingram hauls it in. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jones. And my goodness, another interception. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 10. Prime
time, baby.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with